Alrighty, welcome back to the House Business Podcast. Today we have a special guest, special friend of mine. He's James, the owner of Jimmy Slings. He's the owner of Greenbach, and he is the owner of many more things to come and many more things that he's going to talk about. James, welcome to the pod, mate.
Thanks for having me.
First things
Super
first,
nervous.
right?
Let's have a shot.
Yeah, let's have it. Do I got to shake it? Nah.
Ready to rip, mate.
All right, Greenbach sour apple.
I will correct you, though. You got to say it right.
Go ahead, tell me.
Greenback.
Greenback, there we go. See,
Greenback.
We're learning
Think
already.
Maybach.
We're learning already. Greenbach.
Cheers.
Oof.
It's dangerous.
That is good.
Super dangerous.
All right, man. That tasted amazing. We'll get into that soon. Bring me back. So, how did you start in business? What was your first business? Give me sort of like your 5-minute business history.
Ooh. All right. Mum's always said, as a kid, she would make me sandwiches. I would sell them at lunch. It was always one of those things. Like, she would make me all these snacks. Oh, that was amazing. Yeah, I ate them all. But I was really selling them to kids at school, trying to get some chips or something out of it. Got into a weird life of traveling full time. Used to snowboard for a company, and they sent me around the world, and I learned how to meet people. Life's not scary. Get into weird situations, travel by myself, do all that. So that kind of just taught me it's not scary out there. Give it a crack. You'll get in weird situations and it'll be fine.
I love that.
And then COVID hit and I had to come back to Australia. Got into bartending, just doing whatever. And then at that point I met a guy and he said, "Oh, can you go and bartend at my house? We're going to have a private party." And that started Jimmy Slings as we know it. The events company. I have bartenders working for me now, and we've got catering, we've got flare shows, we've got the whole lot. So, and then started distilling.
Yeah,
now
so
here we are.
How long were you bartending for?
I was through my 20s, I was living in Greece and traveling and partying, and it was just an easy job to pick up wherever. So that was here and there, probably, let's say, on and off 7 years.
Amazing. So you're bartending, and then how do you get into sort of running like Jimmy Slings? What did you need to do to sort of set up the business, and how did the business run? How does the business run?
Business now, pretty organic. Don't do any advertising, don't do any events, all word of mouth, which is what you can ever hope for.
It's the dream.
It's a dream.
Yeah.
It's all return customers, and we've got a great team of people that help every day.
How do you set up like a mobile bartending? So what do you sort of need to register, and like what's the legalities of it all?
So there's a lot of insurances, obviously. We're going into people's houses, serving alcohol. So there's like caterers licenses, there's public liability insurance, there's my staff insurance. There was a bit, and I just learned as I went what you kind of need. I didn't know going into it, didn't have any real mates that were doing it at that stage. It was just something that kind of just happened. And
yeah, how did you find that transition from bartending to running a bartending business?
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah?
There's no rules there. Like, you're going into people's houses, there's RSA and all that, but it's a little bit more relaxed because you're in their home, you're drinking with them, you're having fun with them, you're becoming proper mates with people. Like, some of my best friends now I've met by doing events for them.
Yeah, well, how did we meet, man?
We met for an event.
For an event,
here we are.
yeah.
And now that was
one of my first ever weddings that I was recording.
That was probably 2021.
Yeah. It was after the first lockdown.
Yeah. Because I was living down in Jindabyne at that time, and I drove up to go to James's wedding.
Yeah, shout out James.
Here he is, Jimmy.
Cheers to Jimmy, bro. So you're running Jimmy Slings. Before we move on to Greenbach?
Yep.
Or Greenbach?
Greenbach.
See, I got it right. Before we move into Greenbach, give me like your craziest Jimmy Sling story.
Ooh. Okay, shout out. There's a guy named Harry. You might see this one day. Had an event at his house, and it was meant to be real casual, 80 people for his son's birthday. It was like his 18th or 19th. Found out the day of, it bumped up to around 190, 200 people. Doesn't tell us, obviously.
Classic.
So not enough staff, reaching out, trying to get everyone sorted. Went through like 80 bottles of vodka that night. Like, we had 3 different bars running. We had like 10 staff running, and it was just chaotic. He's just that guy, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, mad. And so you're running Jimmy Slings. You're going for what? Maybe how long were you running Jimmy Slings before you started Greenbach?
So Jimmy Slings' first event was 2020. There was a guy named Glenn. He was the first guy that ever asked me to do an event for him. Still to this day, every year we do an event for Melbourne Cup. Don't charge him. It's that guy. He started this whole thing. He's the guy that started this whole journey.
Gave you your first opportunity.
First idea. He said, "Hey, come bartend at my house. I got a few staff coming around." And that was the first time that I said, "Oh, this is pretty fun, pretty easy. Get to mingle with everyone better." And then, now do every Melbourne Cup. We do it at his house. No questions asked. He doesn't even say, "Are you available?" It is what it is.
Yeah, amazing.
Price comes out in the wash. We're like,
Everyone has that first client.
Yeah, it was like, yep, it is what it is with him, and we always have fun. He invites me to all these things, and so
mine was a landscaping company.
Yep.
They were the first ones that gave me my first shot.
Yep.
At like the media company side, and when I first started working with them, it was like $600 for photos, videos, which is piss cheap.
Yeah.
6 years later, I was still charging $600 because they were the OGs.
Exactly. I'm the exact same.
Without them, nothing happens.
And like, I know, let's say, there's way cheaper options to do events and stuff like that. But then quite often the people who try to shop around, they come back for their next event because they went poorly, they weren't happy with the experience, and then we get them in the long run.
Yeah. Yeah, it always comes back
comes
around.
out in the wash.
So, tell me about how this bad boy came to be.
All right, how it started. It was on the back of a breakup. I had to put my energy into something. It was just grew different ways, and it's okay. We'll never say a bad thing.
What year is this?
20... Fuck, it was last year?
Last year?
Yeah,
man.
2024.
We're fresh.
Fresh. It would have been around August last year. And then I just had to put my energy into something. It was like, all right, I'm not going to sit in self-pity, and had to shoot out. So in Cronulla and the Shire where we are now, apple martinis are huge. Don't know why. It's just what it is around here.
Just is.
And I always thought I could set out and make it better. So I played around with my buddy Justin, who owned Silla Vodka. Started playing around with recipes. Him and I just working in the lab after hours. Landed on this, and now it's taken me on a crazy journey, and it's gone from a side hustle to making my own cocktail company better to now it's a full-blown alcohol company, and
yeah, amazing. So
going global with it.
The listeners of the pod, most of them are business owners or thinking about starting the business. Run me through the sort of business aspect of, okay, how do you start an actual alcohol business?
Okay.
Yeah.
That helped a lot being with someone who already had an established business. So having Justin and John by my side, letting me use their facility and letting me play around with stuff, I don't think I could have done it without them. Like, they opened a door where I could be creative, could test the waters. It would be a lot harder, not impossible, but it would be harder going into this without them. And then going forward, all the producers' licenses and wholesalers, sellers' license, there's a lot of paperwork.
Yep.
Again, not impossible, but if you back yourself and you think this is worth doing, you got to do it. Like,
talk me through the formulation stage of things. How does one sort of start playing around with taste and the legalities of like how much alcohol can be in the bottle, things like that?
The taste side of things, because I kind of knew what I wanted to improve on going into it, I knew I had a window I was working within.
Yep.
So that's how we ended up on the sour apple to start with, which now a lot of people do as shots like we did at the beginning,
yes.
Or we have RTDs coming out.
RTD?
Oh, they're like the canned version.
Okay.
So think seltzers, spritzers, stuff like that. And also, obviously, the 700 mil. Legality-wise, you pay taxes on percentages what you're using.
Okay.
So the bigger ABV, so alcohol kind of volume or percentage, you're paying a lot more on it, alcohol tax. That's where Australia is one of the worst countries in the world for that. We pay a lot here. You look at beers over the years or any kind of brand where your parents might have said, oh, VB used to be $2 back in the day. The product itself, yes, it may have changed over years, but a lot of it is incrementally, the taxes have gone up.
Yeah.
So that's where it all gets expensive. Going out and spending $150 on a night out now is a cheap night.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is crazy. Like, back
when we were going out, I remember drinks were way cheaper than what they are now.
I used to go, it was like Thursday night, and it was like $2 house spirits.
Yeah.
Can't get that anymore.
Yeah. I remember UOW. They used to have like the UOW night. I think it was like Wednesday night. And it was like $4 for a beer and chips.
Like, yeah, mate. If you find that now, like, you go there every night. Like, you don't get that anymore.
So that's the pricing side in terms of taxes for the alcohol itself. How did you go about how does it work with a business trying to formulate their own alcohol? How does one make the taste, and then secondly, how do you bottle it up, things like that?
All right, we might have to do a tour through the factory later.
There
Bring
we
the
go.
camera, bring the cameras for a little cheeky walk.
Yeah.
Taste. There's a few ways you can go around it. So, being like a smaller batch distillery and stuff like that, an easier way getting into the market is buying like a neutral spirit, like your neutral ethanols and stuff. We have some really, really good manufacturers in Australia, and it's an easier process to get into that way. Again, but you don't have full control of budgets and stuff like that because you're outsourcing. So you got to weigh up the costs and benefits on that. Taste profile, I'm not going to tell you how to do that.
No, yeah. But tell me about how do you get taste into an alcoholic beverage?
Okay, so there is a few ways. Depending on what you can go down the fermenting and distilling side of things where you're fermenting fruits and all that like that. There's heaps of organic companies are doing out there. You can go down some of the cheaper products that you might find. They're like, $12 bottles of spirits. You might get flavorings and additives added to that to get that flavor. I kind of studied what made a green apple, and all these citric flavors that you can only find in some apples.
That's amazing.
So I kind of knew what I wanted to work with here. And
how long did it take you to get what you wanted, perfect it?
Probably 5 months.
Yeah, wow.
It was pretty close within a couple of weeks. But then the more I was giving people tries and was sitting at this very table, I remember having about 10 of my mates and we were all just voting on different flavors. I just had a blind scale, and when everyone landed on one, everyone landed the exact same recipe. I said, all right, cool, we're done.
So Jimmy did an event for my wife's business back in November last year. I remember it was summer as well.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the first months that you had it?
Probably first, and I think the product
was different.
Slightly different.
I thought it was amazing back then. Yeah. And then when I just tasted it just now, it's completely different. It's better.
It's just slightly evolved a little bit more.
It's perfect. It's perfect. So tell me, what was the feeling like when you finally perfected it and you had it in a bottle?
Oh,
what was that feeling?
Kind of surreal. No, the most surreal feeling was going into like a bottle shop or a pub and seeing it on the wall.
All right, let's rewind.
That was the most surreal.
I want to get to that. You finished the bottle. Product's finished.
Yeah.
Right? What was the next step to getting this amazing thing out there?
Well, actually, a big problem that we faced was scaling. So we had a recipe for a single bottle. Everything changes when you try to... I don't know why, I can't explain it. It changes when we're doing like batches, big bottle runs now and talking like liters and liters at a time. The recipe doesn't just multiply across the board. It was like, we had to strip it back and try it all again.
Oh, true.
And I can't explain. There would be someone out there way smarter than me who would be like, because the imbalances of this and that.
The way the chemicals react together, ingredients,
And like say sugar syrups mixing at different temperatures, there's a whole other thing. I think I'm pretty fortunate. I've kind of I don't really have any background in this. I've kind of landed on something and just hit the ground running. And
a theme of the podcast is going after something that people don't really think is there.
Yeah.
So once you finish the product, once you figured out how to batch brew them? Batch make them, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that, yeah.
Batch make them. You've got no business history per se.
Yeah.
How did you get the product out there?
Oh, that was a hard thing. And that's something I still battle with. I don't come with any sales experience. I'm not used to putting myself out there, walking into venues and saying, hey, try this. It's just
doing podcasts.
First time. Sweating. Insane. Anyways, just something I'm not used to. But you got to do the uncomfortable things. For me, this was an uncomfortable thing for me.
Yeah, you're just smashing it.
I'm like, I don't want to do it. And you would know, I've told you how nervous I was, but...
It's one of those things, man. Your product speaks for itself.
Yep.
All the things that you don't want to do are the things that unfortunately push it forward.
Oh, 100%.
But also, you telling your story, it's going to inspire God knows how many people. And also, when someone comes across your brand and watches this pod, they get a better sense of what this is about.
What it is about.
Because when it's on the shelf, it's very eye-catching.
You can't miss it. I think it'll be hard to say, and especially if you see it in a venue, and we'll go down about all like its little gimmick.
Yeah.
You can't miss it.
You can't miss it.
So
how? What was your first big sale?
Ooh, first sale or first big sale?
Let's go both.
I can't actually remember the first sale. It would have been one of the boys.
Yeah,
like your mates, if they're not supporting you and paying full price, or the ones that are like, asking for the giveaway stuff, they're not your true mates. Like
100%.
Even like us, be like, hey bro, I'm buying opening a cafe, for example, or whatever you may want to do. I will be there and be paying full price no matter what.
100%.
Like I wouldn't take that. So I've had a lot of good friends over the year, like people I bounce ideas off, and good mates of mine. They're like, all right, they don't ask for anything. The ones that are like, give us a case for going out, they're the ones you're like,
red flags.
They're still mates, but
they're
different scale of mates.
Different.
First big order I did would have been, there was a Christmas order pretty much just after I started, and they asked, can you do me some custom labels? It was like 250 bottles, and I was like, cool, that's the first kind of solid order. I'm like, so we did that, and now we do a lot of company branding, and we rescale and we redo all new labels and stuff like that.
What were you doing to fund this business? What were you doing before Greenbach?
Only up until a couple of months ago. I was working barista in the mornings, working 5 hours every day or whatever I had to do, running the events company and putting all that money into the distillery side of things and setting up. And then still to this day, I don't pay myself. It'll come out. It'll get there eventually. But I've got investors involved now, and we're trying to scale into the US market, and there's some bigger things in play that I hustle elsewhere.
There's a lot of people in that stage now that are listening. I've been in that stage 100 times over. What was your motivation to push this thing over the finish line?
Only because you know me, but you know stuff like that. I like dumb toys.
Yeah.
I like my fast cars. I like anything that gives me and I want freedom. I try to take a holiday a month before this and just being comfortable. There's no real, I don't need that big white picket fence dream, but I want to be comfortable, be able to travel with my mates, build some dumb toys and have some fun with it. That's my motivation.
Yeah, I love that.
And I've built a product that, I've scaled it in a way that if I decide to sell it one day, it's built, everything back of house is built in a sellable way. So if you buy this company, it doesn't interfere with any of my others.
Yeah, okay, I get you.
So a big part is, you would have known it back in the day when it was a little product out of the events company. A big decision to move it to its own brand is one, you can push it in its own way. But two, if I ever do, hypothetically, 10 years down the track, sell it off, it doesn't interfere with anything else in my life.
Yeah. A lot of people get stuck in that decision-making process. Like, okay, I've got this idea. I don't know how to start it. I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do that.
Yeah.
I read from you that you just do it. What's your process?
Don't follow what I'm doing. I'm heaps reckless.
Sometimes that's better. Okay, so the thought, you like your toys, things like that. That's what got you through that business sort of hiccup at the beginning, trying to work multiple jobs and all that.
Yeah.
What is your driving force now in business?
Now, I kind of want to leave something behind and look back in the future. Let's say I'm getting on, hey, I created an international brand. I think that'll be pretty cool to look back, tell my kids about something that potentially could be around at that stage. And I think now with the spirits and alcohol side of things, I have something I can leave on as, I don't want to say a legacy, but something as you can leave.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a big thing right now. I'm just seeing how far I can push myself too. It's not easy.
What are the plans?
Next big move is going back over to the States early next year. Already gone over, planted a few seeds, met a few people, and we started the process already. So we got an LLC registered, and we're doing a liquor licensing. And
for those that don't know, an LLC
is essentially our registered company in Australia. So like a PTY Ltd style company that's there.
Run me through what makes your product different.
Ooh,
Grab a bottle if you want. Jimmy's product is flying. All the venues that it goes to, you can see it, you taste it. It tastes amazing. It's moving quickly. But let me ask you, what makes yours different? Why is it so successful?
Okay, there's a few things in play. One, taste is something I really strived on. Like, and coming from cocktail background and coming from food service, like a barista and stuff, it's always been quality for me. So using the best products, or like researching apples, for example, seeing what makes a flavor profile of a green apple. So why I created this originally, I've been through and the whole how we got to here and apple martinis. There's only really one other brand that kind of comes close on the market, but they're really artificial, really just loaded with sweeteners and stuff like that. And as soon as you taste it, you know, it's like a lolly. I want to dive into saying being its own product, and it's kind of proving itself in bars now, changing from the other one to this. Yes, it is more expensive. Yes, it's Australian made, which is great for a lot of people as well. It's double the alcohol percentage of the other brands, so it can be pushed in that more shot side of things. It's not a weak spirit. Then there is a little gimmick that comes with it. Don't know where, but the LED bottles, I don't know what it is, but it's like a moth to flames. Be with a little gimmick, light it up in a bar, hit the G spot, as we say, look underneath.
Is anyone else doing this?
Look, it's been done before. I can't say
yeah.
I'm the first and all that. There has definitely been companies over the years, to my knowledge, locally or anyone on this kind of wavelength. No, not that I've seen.
In terms of cost-wise, it's worth its weight in gold, right?
Oh, 100%. It cost-wise for me, it's there's an additional fee, but it's one of those little things that helps us stand out as well. Yeah. And I think it's like when you're paying for ads or whatever, you get back what you put in. The little, like, yes, I could do this whole process cheaper. I could do cheaper bottles, but these are 5 ml thick bottles. I've never broken one. I've dropped multiple. They haven't. I'm not saying they're unsmashable. Don't quote me on that.
That's big though, yeah.
It's a big thing. Like, quality in every little aspect. Better quality corks so they don't leak. Like, these are the things where
no shortcuts.
No, because they'll come back and bite you.
Yeah.
And like, let's say any career or any job you're doing, or even like when I used to build cars back in the day, you try to do a cheaper part and get away with it, it always fails and it always bites you.
Yeah, I love that. That's pretty much how you run your business. No
That's
shortcuts.
it, everything. And like my staff, I do pay them above what I need to, but these guys, in my eyes, are the best people I could have by my team.
Yeah. How long were you running by yourself without staff?
It was probably a year. Don't quote me. But then there was always events where I needed more people. So I was asking friends at the time and just sorting it out that way. And now it's like, oh, we offer full packages with waitresses and like MCs or flair bartenders. Cater has kind of grown to this whole big thing now where it's not a little passion project anymore.
Yeah.
It's,
so you've got Jimmy Slings, which is like more event heavy. So you've got bartenders, you've got the entertainment, everything like that. And then you've created a product for that business, solving a problem for your own business.
The whole reason I started this in the first place was just to help me stand out in that field of events and having something better I can offer to my clients.
Yeah.
And then, hey, it took wind and it's only just setting off now. So
a lot of the best businesses are solving their own problems.
Yeah.
Like our martial arts studios, we were paying way too much for geese, equipment, all that.
Yep.
We found our own supplier, got our own products in, and now it's its own business supplying all over the world, right?
Crazy.
Same as you. So it's like a straight line approach. Like, okay, what problems do I have in my own business? How can I solve them? And then you go from there. So you've solved your own problem of alcohol, let's say, and now you're supplying clubs, liquor stores,
other bars who are now realizing, oh, this is, I didn't realize it was a problem until I'm now like, oh, there's a better fix to it.
There's a better product out there.
And I'm not saying it's for everyone. You've got to be okay with sour stuff, and you've got to be it's really hard to create a flavour because not everyone likes the same stuff. And I think a big thing at the beginning was taking feedback like that and realising it doesn't need to please everyone.
Yeah. I'm curious. So there's two methods you could do it. You could go retail, where everyone's just buying it online, direct to consumer. But you're going straight to the bars, you're going straight to the actual establishments that are
Yeah.
selling, oh, God knows how many a night, right? Like
Yeah.
pouring. How do you sell this? I want to know how you walk into a place and say, hey, this is my bottle, buy it.
Oh, okay. There's a few ways I definitely could. A lot of it is walk in with the bottle lit up. And a lot of the time, like I was walking to a venue in Bondi one night, and I had to park around the corner. I was walking through the street, and I had people say, what is that? That alone is like worth having this little gimmick for me. Going in, saying, hey, give me 2 minutes of your time, try this. It's always like a big thing I go by is like, once I get like liquor on lips, you taste it, it's pretty much sold.
It's amazing.
And like you've tried it.
I've tried it, yeah.
When we finish up here, I'll give you a taste of the one I was comparing to, and you'll see why I did this.
I just want to stress, like, Greenbach has no social media at the moment.
Zero.
Right? Zero.
I have zero
social media.
I have zero. I don't even sell through the website.
That is
it's
the
purely
craziest thing.
crazy. All wholesale, all the venues, all word
Some
of
guys
mouth.
come into my bar with a green light up bottle with no social media, and I'm buying it because it's that good.
It's pretty out there.
That's insane.
And now I'm like, yes, I know it's a big thing. I'm not a social guy. You followed me on Instagram for a while. I don't post. I don't have a following like that. It's just not me. So now I'm learning to outsource.
The product speaks for itself, though, man.
It does. And we're getting there. I'm doing all right. Like, I'm comfortable. Obviously, everyone wants to aim higher, get bigger sales. And, like, a big target is, like, expanding beyond. I always want to see how far I can push this.
Yeah, of course. So you've gone from barista to bartender to events coordinator to now liquor owner, creator, all that, right? So you're always going to be forever evolving. So that leads into my next question. Where do you see this particular product going?
I do have a few steps like in my mindset of where I see it taking where like I want to start sponsoring big events like say that golf cart I built a couple of weeks back. I'm like, oh, it'd be cool one day. I want to see this at Live Golf or a PGA event. And there's always like a little goal for every step. So maybe like sponsoring the Australian Open or something one day. But there's no roof on this. I don't know where this could go. I could be sitting by the F1 one day, sipping this in the race, in the lanes. Like, I don't know where.
Sky's the limit, man.
Sky's the limit. And I've got some really good people by my side. Some good mates that I bounce all my ideas off. People, and like I do believe I'm the small fish in the big pond of my friends. Like I look up to all my mates. They've all done really well in their own aspect of business. Yeah. And that's my biggest drive.
I've got a business question for you. So now I'm going to ask Jimmy, the business owner. People come up to you, they give you, like they're offering you opportunities, everything like that. How do you weed out the snake opportunities from the good opportunities?
You've got to go in level-headed and wait. I get told all the time, like, oh, meet this guy and he can open that avenue. But like, pretty quickly you'll learn who's true and who's not. If you took every idea head on and went at it, you would burn yourself out very quick if you're chasing maybes.
Yeah.
And like, it is kind of a good position to be in when you know you're okay if you can say no to some things as well. Back yourself doing it your own way. You don't need to, like the events company. I don't take every job that I get asked about. Sometimes it's not worth your energy and time to pursue that avenue. And I think that's okay too. You don't need to please everyone, but also just go in there hungry as fuck and see how far you go.
Yeah, amazing. How do you balance? Because I know the hours you work.
Yeah,
you told me off air. Like, every business owner knows the
every
hours.
business owner.
Yeah.
For however long it takes, you know what it takes. Like,
how do you stay healthy? What's your routine? What are your non-negotiables? And also, I look up to you because you really enjoy life. Yeah. How do you balance all of it?
So, a big thing for me was my best mate passed away when I was 21. Shout out to Connor. An accident happened, but that was a big thing for me. Like, life's short. Like, go do whatever you're going to do. The next day, the day after his funeral, I jumped on a one-way plane to Japan by myself. I had no idea I was going to Japan. It just happened. So living not in fear of death, but like living in fear of not living. Yeah. So like every day I want to doesn't have to be every day is fun, but like I'm trying to do stuff that pleases me too. So maybe I go out fishing, I'm on the boat, or I just do the little things that actually bring joy to me. But every day, every morning, try to every morning, gym in the morning, coffee, and like start your day like 7. I think the biggest thing is, I don't know, always leaving the house, like make the bed first thing in the morning. I don't know why it's
no, it's true.
It's an unspoken rule. Make the bed first
legit,
thing you do.
Yeah.
Make sure the house is clean. So when you come home, you work big hours. Like I don't get home 9 o'clock some nights, and I leave the house at 5:30 in the morning. I don't want to come home and clean or have dishes in the sink. Like
100%.
And like I live alone, I can't blame anyone else for anything like that.
Yeah.
So I think just kind of doing the little things that please you.
Yeah.
It may be just sitting on the beach and reading a book. It may be whatever it is.
I love that. How old are you now?
31.
31. 32 next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned 30 this year. It's crazy, eh?
Crazy.
I've got a question for you. You seem to live a very healthy lifestyle, but also the lifestyle of a product like this is nighttime is like...
Oh, yeah, I don't do nights well. I do not do them well.
Yeah.
I'm in bed. I do a lot of brand activation stuff, go to bars. I generally always try to be in bed by 9 o'clock.
That's amazing.
It doesn't always happen. Like,
of course.
Will admittedly say I had a bit of a blowout weekend, the one that just passed, but pretty much I'll be lucky to have a beer a week. I don't drink a lot, but I think if you got trapped in that lifestyle, especially having a brand like this,
of course,
it'll be very easy to fall into that lifestyle.
Yeah.
So like being able to say no or not living in fear of missing out, like I'll go out, I'll drink soda water all night. No one knows any different.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to you if I'm drinking a soda water in a short glass. It doesn't affect your night. So
yeah. You've been in this business.
Yep.
How long?
I registered it August last year.
And how long have you been in business for Jimmy Slings?
Jimmy Slings, that's 2020 it started, so 5 years now.
What's the biggest lesson you've learnt so far?
Oh, that's really, really hard to answer right now.
What's been the
hardest
lesson you've had to learn?
I think trying to overcommit and please everyone. I do still do it, and I'll always try to say the event side of things. If you call me today, I want to do a big party tonight, my red flag is I'll still make it happen. And I know that burns me out. And then that reflects everything else I've got to do that week, for example, because I do want to overachieve on everything. And everything I've done and everything I want to do, I want to be not just better than other people, but better than myself. So, say with this, I could have left it after a couple of revisions, but I would have never been happy. The labels have changed over the years. The brand has changed.
Big time.
Huge amount since you've seen it last. So, biggest lesson is you can't please everyone, even though I'll always try, and I know that's my red flag, because I'll keep pushing myself to get it done. There's no, that'll do. There's no that'll do for me.
Yeah, I'm similar. Whenever there's an opportunity, I say yes, even if my books are full, everything's full, because I was at a time where I didn't have anything. Yeah. So like when it's good, I feel like you've got to ride this wave.
You got to take it while it's there. Otherwise, you get to those. There's always going to be slower periods.
The worst business advice I ever got was ride the wave while it's there, because I have taken that to the extreme.
Grabbed it.
Bro, like there's been times where I'll be pretty much ready to crash, but phone rings. I'm there because I just want the opportunity. I know the opportunity is an opportunity, so I'll go for it. Same red flag, bro. Same red flag. So, next question: how do you avoid burnout?
I don't think it's possible to avoid it at this kind of mindset and level.
Agreed.
I think you can manage it. Like I felt it coming on yesterday. I didn't do any work. I
had a day like that yesterday too, bro.
I was
100%.
like, you know what? I was like, yesterday I came into the factory, spoke to Robbie downstairs. I said, mate, I don't want to be here. I think I put in like 15 minutes of work. And I said, all right, I'm going to the gym. I didn't do anything in the gym. I probably should have had a nap. Bad day yesterday.
Avoiding burning out.
And I just went down. I'm pretty thankful. I live near Cronulla Beach. I walked the dog down there and early bed. That was the biggest thing for me. Like today's a new day. It's all right.
Yeah. I think for me, if I feel myself starting to get like my head's not
fuzzy
working, things like that, I'll get some sunshine, get some vitamin D, go to a cafe, no laptop, no book, no nothing, just have an ice long black and just sit. Just sit for 10 minutes.
Yeah. And
10 minutes.
You need these lower days, let's say, to appreciate the bigger ones.
It's hard because there's so much hustle porn out there, though. Like, you open your phone and people only post their wins, and you feel like you've fallen behind.
You can't look at Instagram or social media because, for example, you only see what I want you to see.
Exactly.
You could see a brand doing well, and he's so fortunate. You don't see me working at night, doing what I got to do, going to the cafe, working a third job at 5 a.m. every day, just to sustain it.
Yeah. What advice do you have for business owners starting out who might not be getting the traction that they want to block out that noise?
Just take it with a grain of salt. Like, you know it's not real. And if it is real, good on them. But not everything you see will be real. And you can't let that dictate your life and how you compare to others. Because in anything you do, let's say it's gym, you're always going to compare yourself to different people in the gym. They may have been doing it for 10 years longer than you. You can't relate to that. Their business may have been 10 years older than you. If you look back in 10 years and you see yourself starting out now, you'll be so proud of yourself.
Yeah. I've got a dumb question for you, but for those listening, what are the main expenses with starting an alcohol product like this? And then what are the expenses that you didn't know about until it was pretty much too late?
The biggest thing for me has been the alcohol tax thresholds and stuff like that. And media. I'm not a calculated guy. I don't do well with numbers. I didn't finish high school. So going into this and having to learn how all that stuff works and working off formulas and stuff like that. And now going forward, okay, where do we save in our costings? It may be our bottles, buying from different suppliers and stuff like that. That's the stuff I'm learning as I'm going. And now I do have some really good people that are jumping in behind the scenes and helping me rein in on that stuff. Because otherwise I'll be like, it's fine, we'll get to that. Without my mates behind me, behind the scenes, keeping me accountable, where are you saving this week? Or what venues are you hitting? That's a big thing for me. There was a lot of things let's look at stickers, for example. Very expensive to one. For designers and creative, if that's not you, you've got to outsource that. Yeah,
that's me.
I've put thousands of dollars into a guy, or into multiple people over the years, like evolutions and stuff like that, just revisions on a label. And then you got printing costs and stuff like that. And I get all my stuff done in Australia, so they're very expensive.
It costs.
I could definitely go outside, but everything I do is, I like it as much as I can Australian sourced. So the bottle supply is Australian, the designers are Australian, everything I can, the printing guy,
media, everything.
The media, all the recipe stuff I use is all sourced from within Australia.
Yeah, I love that. So main costs is obviously the taxes on the alcohol, the lids, the bottles, the materials to make it, everything like that.
And then you got to account your own labour too. It's something I don't do at the moment, but I do have a mate of mine saying that you got to start paying yourself because you'll lose interest pretty quick if you can't live off it.
Yeah.
So, okay, you got to say, okay, I'm happy to pay myself X amount a week, and then you work backwards to figure out what it may go into per bottle.
How many I need to sell
to justify that, and then you still need to put profit in the business.
Yeah.
Ideally.
I've got a question for you. How did you choose what your retail price is versus a wholesale price? Does it change per client? Is it volume based? What works? What works for you?
It is volume. It's all relative. Let's walk on wholesale to start with.
Yeah.
So it is pretty well volume based. So if I go to a venue and they're moving 12 bottles a night, well, I'll give a much cheaper rate because they're a solid client to me compared to a venue that might do one bottle a month.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not worth. Because if you, I want everyone to be pushing the product, but then sometimes by the time it gets delivered out there and all the hands involved to get it to that person,
it costs
money. You've got to put that little bit more on it.
Do they pay for the bottles outright and then it's theirs? They sort of sit in there?
Yeah. So say you own a venue, a cocktail bar or whatever, and you pay your wholesale price, you might sell it as shots and pump volume that way. So a lot of venues do. There's about 22 standard shots in a 700ml bottle. So if you do the maths on it, there's some good markups.
Yeah.
Some really good money to be made. And you can move volume quick. depending on the venue. Australia is a bit hard of a country because we can't really advertise shots. We can't push that party culture where you go
Like we used to.
or any other country in the world. Go to anywhere in Asia, go to America, Bali, no matter.
That brings
Europe.
me to my next question. What are your plans with overseas? Because obviously alcohol sells better overseas. It's just a fact. How are you combating that?
So Australia has one of the biggest drinking cultures in the world.
Yeah.
I think we would be number one. Don't quote me on that, but you also got to compare it. So yes, America and Australia, but America has an extra 3 years where they can't drink. So we can start drinking this legally at 18, and that's when you're going to start doing your shots and binge style drinking because it's cool and hip and new to you. Where Americans, they can't start till they're 21, so you've missed a whole new market there.
Yeah.
So we make a lot of volume in our 18 to 25 year old 30s, let's say. Demographic, where they're a bit later. Going forward, looking at the US side of things, I explained to you why I named it, why I did, and there's a little bit of subtle wittiness in everything.
Why did you name it what you did? Why did you name it what you did?
So it's called Greenback because if you look at the US market, to them, greenback is an old term slang for money, $100 bills, play on status, but spelt BACH, like high Mercedes, Maybach. I don't know if you're a car guy, you know what a Maybach is. So we're playing on status, we're playing on
Maybach money.
We're just playing on this whole subtle wittiness of, this is why we are. You look at the bottle, there's all the little weaving in the branding, there's the band seal over the top, there's everything I look at every aspect.
I love that.
So, like I did when I went to the designer, I said, I want this, and even down to the cutout letters. So when you do turn the light on, it shines through the label.
Yeah, I did notice that.
So that's something that not a lot of would people do.
So it's like transparent?
Yeah, and the stickers cost me more, but it's something I was fixated on. It is what it is.
Yeah, wow.
And you see that lit up at night, and you see the word glow through. There's no other brand that does that.
How did they get it to be green and transparent?
It's not. The green is
the liquid.
The liquid.
Ah.
So it's a fully clear sticker.
Look at that. You wouldn't even notice, hey?
And that's something, and I'll show you, we'll go into a dark room later and turn it on.
Oh, yeah, dark room.
Couple of shots, we'll go to the dark room. So that's just
amazing.
something I was like, all right, in my head, and it was very difficult. I got to say, shout out to the George and the guys from the printing company for listening to my crazy ideas.
Yeah.
It hasn't been easy.
That's amazing, man. It's an amazing product, and I'm excited to see it go overseas and all of that.
That's it, yeah.
If you had to choose a country where you would want to see this thing, where would it be? I know what you're going to say.
Nah, big part for me. Two of my favorite countries is Japan and Bali.
Really? I thought you were going to say Greece straight out.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun too.
Yeah.
But I do find myself, I go back to Japan in a couple of weeks for my 10th trip. And, Bali is just one of those... Growing up, I said, nah, I'll never go there. It's a Bogan's destination.
Bali Billy, yeah.
And I said, it's not for me. One of my mates took me a couple of years, and I'm hooked. I love it. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Go over, I train every day, I surf every day.
Good culture.
The culture, the people, there's a lot, the whole Asian culture, there's a lot of respect.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really, really good people you'll find amongst your travels there.
Yeah, I get that feeling when I'm in Europe. When I'm sitting having a coffee and everyone's just dressed nice, they carry themselves a different way.
Yeah.
Creatively, it just inspires me to another level. But yeah, Bali, I can imagine the same way.
I have travelled a lot, and Australia still will always be home.
Yeah, Australia is always home.
This is it.
My limit's 3 weeks.
Yeah. Give me a while, I'll have some fun, but then I'm like, you know what? We have it pretty damn good here.
Yeah. My family's from Philippines, and I go there frequently.
Yeah.
It's amazing when I'm there. It feels like home, but it just makes me appreciate here so much.
Oh, yeah.
Especially from a business point of view. You can really launch anything here.
Oh, 100%. There's endless opportunities. There's endless money. There's endless connections. There's endless everything.
Yeah. How much of that would you say is the Cronulla community? Do you think the Cronulla community has a good business hub here?
Yeah, insane. There is a lot here. I don't need to look outside of my hub. We're big city, but we're not. We're really community based. All my mates I've met in the community here, and they're the ones getting me in touch with people globally. So I didn't need to outreach to anyone. I didn't have to put myself into different areas. I didn't have to, because we have a really good community here. If I don't know someone, my mate knows someone that knows someone.
Yeah.
And that's just... I think one tip I would give, going back a little bit there, get into situations like work in hospitality. The people I met by working in bars and cafes and just meeting 1,000 people a week is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, giving my kids, I wouldn't push them to college or uni if they didn't know what they want to do. I would say go work a job where you're meeting people. Go have fun. Go be confident. Go make mistakes. Go live a life that you want to do. As long as you're safe and it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
And you're going to meet these people day to day. And like, give them time of day. Talk to people, even the ones that you don't like. You might meet someone that on the outside seems miserable. Go have a beer with them.
Yeah.
They're the ones that you will learn the most from.
Yeah. Always
And
learn from someone.
You're always learning. And don't think you know enough, because you don't.
I think getting out there and meeting new people is very important.
Yeah.
Bartending, very similar to videographer.
Yeah.
You meet so many walks of life.
100%.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And you just be like, okay, how did they end up in that situation? What took them down that path? You can learn a lot from not judging someone, but just looking
Learning.
and listening and learning on them.
Studying what they're doing, how
Yeah.
they're doing it, how are they talking, how are they moving.
Yeah,
A
how
little bit
they...
from everyone. I
yeah.
totally understand.
And another
That's how
big
we
thing-
met.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We met by fluke at a wedding.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Here we are.
5 years,
5
4
years
years later.
To wrap up, what is the best piece of business advice that you've gotten?
Ooh, got it. Just early days into this, I was like a puppy, full of energy. Just,
You're still full of energy, right?
I'm still full of energy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like less chaotic energy now. It's more like structured energy. It is, stay on that, structure your days better. Like, I know my brain runs in a million ways. I'm going to be that undiagnosed ADHD kid, but I can't just do one task. I'm trying to, so having people that come into my life that do follow calendars and structure and time and calculated has helped massively.
Yeah.
And just saying, okay, giving yourself achievable goals through the day as well. It may be a 2-week goal. I want to be in 10 new venues by next week. That's a big thing. I'm like, I kept brushing it. This podcast, for example, how many times did we reschedule? 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
and a lot of us
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, I'll get to that, I'll get to this. Like, just saying, okay, I got to do this. This is what I want, and this is where I want to get to that point. What do I need to do to get there?
Yeah.
Building a little roadmap. It doesn't need to be this big 5-year plan. It could be like, I want 10 new venues. Who do I need to speak to get there?
And putting those things in place.
Yeah.
Structure your days.
Yeah.
I like that. Structure your days, structure your intention
Yeah.
for the day and everything like that. No,
Yeah.
I really, really like that.
One thing I could,
yeah,
before we wrap up,
give it to
one
me.
thing I could never be grateful enough of, my parents pushing me, but travel more while you can. Travel while you go see the world. There's ideas out there you would never even think of. And you realise how good we've got it, how other places run it, how other venues run it, how other businesses run. Different perspective.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing I tell, or like say when I was working in the cafes and stuff like that, anyone I met, you're early 20s. You haven't been on a plane. Go travel. Like, go see the world. A job like this is easy to come by. So don't get caught up on something like that.
It's hard for people in their 20s, especially in Australia. Like, the comparing game is, no matter what area, Cronulla, Liverpool, whatever.
Yeah.
It's so hard. And when I try and talk to people in their 20s, mid-20s, it's like, oh, this person just bought a house. Who cares, bro? Like, he's on his journey, she's on her journey. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
What's the unconventional thing that you want to do?
And okay, I get a lot of pressure put on me, like my grandma, for example.
Oh, yeah. Shout out.
Shout out, yeah. But I'm praying for you, find a nice girl, settle down. Not everyone has the same dream. Like, my dream is right now creating freedom for myself. So when I do have that family, I'm not stressed about it. I want to live comfortably. I want to do that on my own terms.
Yeah,
So
I love that.
I do think a lot of people get stuck in this time structured trap of, I need to do it by this point, or my friends got married at 26. You look back at them, how many of them by the time they're 30 are unfulfilled within themselves?
Yeah.
and that comes back, and then that reflects on the family. It may end in divorce or whatever. So kind of just going back to like when Connor passed away, that structured my whole life. Then I'm like, it happened so quick. Don't get caught up in the little things that don't even dictate you.
Yeah. Go for the unconventional.
Go. Doesn't matter what you do. People are making killings or selling chairs or any little thing. There's so many opportunities out there. You just got to put your like, I'm selling neon green fluid to a lot of people. They don't even know what it is. And we're having fun with it.
One of the richest people I know is furniture hire.
Crazy.
Furniture hire. Crazy stuff.
But we all need it.
We all need it.
You find that niche, you find that hole in the market, and you back yourself 100% because no one else is going to back you harder than you will.
You never know where it's going to lead, right?
Here we are.
Well, that wraps up today's episode of the House Business Podcast. I just want to thank Jimmy for his time. It's hot up here.
It is hot up here.
The lighting was good, but it's in his factory. Thank you for the drink. Thank you for the shot. And
thank you for coming out.
I'll leave Jimmy's socials down below. And then
I might even start using them one day.
Hey.
Maybe.
Maybe I'll convince him after
maybe
to
one
start
day
a
we'll
personal
post
brand
a
or
photo
something
on
like that.
Instagram.
But I promise I will help him because this guy needs to build his brand. But I'll leave the description in the link below. But please check out his drink. Please check out his bartending business. And also just take away from this episode, structure your days. If your idea is unconventional, just run with it.
Hey, the unconventional works.
That's it, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.